Since the founding fathers, the love of the land is something buried deep inside of us. It is our heritage, our history, our passion. And we are its greatest stewards. From the smallest blades of grass to the widest of nature's wonders, this is who we are. This is Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land. Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Outdoor Bank, get out there. Big Frig, a way of life. Frank's Butcher Shop, Wyoming born, raised and shipped to your door. And by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land.
Welcome to Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land. I'm your host, Alan Treadwell. On this episode, we head down to Texas to check out an awesome ranch with excellent water access, year-round hunting, and a brand new barn dominium, before heading over to Utah to visit a breathtaking ranch on 16 miles of the Avintaquin River. And while we showcase a few select listings on each episode, Hayden Outdoors has hundreds of properties from coast to coast listed at haydenoutdoors.com. And now we're headed west to catch up with 11-time NFR steer wrestling qualifier, Dakota Eldridge. Today we're in California with Dakota Eldridge. Dakota's out on the ranch with a bunch of other steer wrestlers training for the 2025 National Finals Rodeo. We got the privilege of watching them run their practice steers and got up to speed in the world of steer wrestling.
We got 7 to 10 guys out here right now, kind of musical chairs. You got to have guys working the chute, bringing up steers. You got to have guys warming up. But it's awesome. Nobody's ever wants to go first or wants to go last, see what the steers are. It's kind of like, hey, whoever's ready first, let's go, get you. They run a couple, we'll do that, and then we'll probably come up and shoot dog the steers. That means just throw them out of the chute, we'll catch them and just run with them, tip them over. That's kind of good practice, not quite the same as off the horse, but we'll do that after we practice, kind of just stay sharp, then we'll call it a day. Yeah, just get it down but stay square.
Do you feel like you need the practice every day here now, or is this just, are you just maintaining, staying sharp right now?
I get sharpened up.
Yeah.
I don't like to try to practice as much, but I still got it in me where it's like, hey, I want to be the best, at the top of my game. Yeah. And, when you see these younger guys going at it, it's hard not to. Yeah. And, but I try to also, save my body and the ones I do run, try to make good quality runs.
So this year is it going to be your 11th NFR, is that right?
11th NFR, yeah.
And is this the best position you've been in on one of them?
Yes.
Number 2 in the world.
Number 2.
When you back in there, when you're at the Thomas and Mack, you're not trying to force anything in a 10-round average, right? You're just trying to take what the steer gives you. You're trying to win every round. What's your mindset?
You want to protect your average spot, but you need to win too.
Yeah.
You can't just protect your average spot and then hope to win a go buckle, because you need to win along the way, So
yeah.
For me at the beginning,
you're trying to throw them down as fast as you can.
Yeah. We rodeo all year long, and we make some money during the year, but it all comes down right there to the.
That's your profit over there, isn't it?
A vast majority of it,
Yeah, that's our.
Which sponsors help and that sort of thing,
yeah.
But just your vast majority of your income comes down to those 10 nights, and if it doesn't go good or go like you want it to, it's. The year's not a bust, but it's way better if you can win $150,000.
I've always told myself, it's like, hey, this is what we live for right here. Smile and be happy, just go have fun. It's also a very serious, run, that 10th round or any round,
Yeah.
But it's like, hey, this right here and all the fans around you, this is what we do it for right here, and have my wife and little girls up there clapping, and it's just awesome.
The hard work that goes into the sport of steer wrestling is really impressive, and Dakota is doing what it takes to stay sharp and stay strong for the NFR this December. Now let's visit Dakota's wife, Quincy, and learn a little bit about Rodeo Quincy, the clothing brand that she's been building for over 10 years.
How did you start doing this?
But I just kind of discovered this passion for art when I was high school rodeoing, and everything was really plain, and I really wanted to like stand out. And so I started hand painting my own roses on like leather pieces, and then I would get rhinestones and start rhinestoning them, and I was just doing it like for fun, and then other kids were asking me to make it for them, and so it turned into a little business. My dad, he's always been an entrepreneur and had his own businesses, and so he helped me get started with that. My senior year, I was introduced to some people with Area International, and I was presented with an opportunity to design my own line for Area, and I got into entrepreneurship in college, and then I actually entered a business pitch competition and won the business pitch competition, and I went on to Chicago to compete for the national business pitch competition, and this was my own business, and I actually won. And so I was like, I guess I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try and start my own business and see how it goes. I had my degree, and luckily I had a wonderful family support system, and they were like, you know, go for it. My dad's like, move home, give yourself a year. So I just hit the ground running, and I've just been going ever since, and I've never stopped, but I haven't had to work for anybody else. So we're not a one-woman show anymore. We used to be, and I have the most amazing team of ladies. Like, I would have thrown in the towel by now, for sure. And I am super proud because we're actually women run, and a lot of people don't know that, so.
Yeah.
My logo, if you notice, is a red rose, and my nephew, Lefty Holman, that competes, he has red roses on his chaps, and we all put red roses on our cowgirl hats, the women do anyways, and so it all goes back to our like family tradition and that of Rosita, our grandmother. She was an artist, and so these are just some of her fun pieces that she had painted, and I thought, what better place to put them than in my warehouse to motivate me.
It's really amazing to see both Dakota and Quincy so dedicated to their careers and building a wonderful life together. It's easy to see that they love what they do and who they get to do it with. Up next, we'll sit down with Dakota for a deeper look at what motivates the #2 steer wrestler in the world.
This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Big Frig, a way of life.
Let's go.
This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Frank's Butcher Shop, Wyoming born, raised, and shipped to your door.
Now let's head to Texas to take a look at a property agent Phil and Karen Phillips have listed, Rocky Creek Hill Country Ranch.
This is a large high-fenced ranch in Goldthwaite, Texas, nearly 15 minutes from Goldthwaite, Texas, which has all the amenities you need. Great restaurants, plenty of grocery stores. You can get pretty much anything you need. And you're probably 2.5, 3 hours from the San Antonio airport, and probably about the same distance to Dallas, so you're kind of centrally located. The owner bought the ranch and has some big plans with it, built a brand new barn dominium, 2-bedroom, big shop area, great well, good water, sitting in a perfect spot for fantastic views. It could either be your hunting lodge, your main place to stay, or what I see it is the caretaker's house, and we've got another beautiful area right here with fantastic views where you can build the giant lodge if that's what you had in mind. And this ranch is really well watered. There's a man-made reservoir down the hill here that runs back for almost a mile, and there's a bunch of natural water holes and springs. Another fantastic thing about this property is it's got a great road system on it, so you can get around almost any place on the ranch in a Suburban. There's a couple spots on a couple of the roads where You might want the side-by-side, but a little bit of work will put those right back into shape. And there's also a 320 or 40 acre parcel off to the side, and there's actually 3 deeds, so it's a natural split. The lower part comes with the side property, and the upper part is about 1,000 acres, give or take. There's numerous options to buy the whole property or buy the top or the bottom piece. It's loaded with whitetails, native whitetails, but it's impressive as you'll see some of the quality bucks that are on the ranch. And there's also aoudad sheep, black buck, fallow deer, axis deer, blue wildebeest, just to name a few. So there's a lot of exotics on the ranch already. The sky's the limit on the number of animals you can take annually and still have a great upcoming population.
And also feel the beauty of hunting in Texas, hunting on exotic properties. Texas is credited with restoring several populations, and it's because of Texas exotic ranches.
But if you just want to hunt good native deer, the quality we've seen here in a little bit of time we've been in the field has been pretty fantastic.
I came over, he was standing about 20 yards from the blind. I thought the arrow would be here. I don't see it, but there's immediate blood. Got good sign. I could stand here and see it taking a hook here. And I saw him as he went out of my sight going through there, so we'll just stay on the trail and see what we can find here. Well, it's just been as fast as you could walk. You could follow the trail right here, and I looked up and maybe 8 or 10 yards ahead of us right there, he lays. So let's go see what we got.
We're probably 60 yards from the blind. Good easy trail to follow. And these hill country whitetails are beautiful. They're not really big bodied deer, but they're some of the prettiest deer I think there are in the country. And this ranch has a lot of them. Rocky Creek Hill Country Ranch, it's a beautiful place. You might want to check it out. This is one of those Texas properties that before it was high fenced, the deer wanted to be here. It's got everything that wildlife want. So they put the high fence up, they captured all of the whitetails that are in here, and they're living happily ever after.
Hi, I'm Dakota Eldridge, 11-time NFR steer wrestling qualifier. You guys are watching Hayden Outdoors, Life on the Land, here on RFDTV.
This segment of Hayden Outdoors Life on the Land is brought to you by Outdoor Bank. Get out there. Introducing Hayden Outdoors Mercantile. Get your own Hayden Outdoors branded gear for your life outdoors and more. Offering a variety of branded gear and apparel, from finely crafted clothing, handmade leather accessories, coolers, drinkware, hats, and more, from popular brands like Orvis, Big Frig, Tacticam, Cool, and more. So go to HaydenOutdoors.com, pick up your collection of Hayden gear, and join the stampede. Hayden Outdoors Mercantile, ride for the brand. The M&B Ranch is a 480-acre property in Tuolumne County, California, offering stunning meadows, forest, and water sources, including 4 ponds, a creek, and springs. Located just 19 miles from Yosemite National Park, it features convenient access via Smith Station Road. The property boasts a 2,500-square-foot main residence, multiple outbuildings, and 2 additional homes. With ample water supply, fertile soil, and agricultural potential, this ranch is perfect for grazing, equestrian activities, and outdoor recreation. Looking to sell your land quickly? Hayden Outdoors offers online land auctions through our auction platform and mobile app. In just 45 days, we can list your property, design and launch a property marketing plan, and host an online auction through our proven online auction platform. Contact one of our land professionals today to learn more about land auctions at HaydenOutdoors.com. For more information about any of the properties featured on Life on the Land, visit www.HaydenOutdoors.com.
Now we're headed out to Utah to an incredible property listed by agent Lonnie Gustin, Avintaquin Canyon Ranch.
To tell you the truth, I never in my life would have ever imagined that I would have been back on this ranch representing the sale of it. It's an incredible place. I mean, just growing up here and being able to be back here, it's you know, I'm very privileged to be here. My name is Lonnie Gustin, and I am with Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, and we are on the Avintaquin Canyon Ranch. It's located in Duchesne and Wasatch counties. We're in northeast Utah, 2.5 hours from the Salt Lake International Airport. The ranch feels remote, but it's actually really close. We're only about 8 miles of dirt off of paved road, come down Red Creek off of Highway 40, and the county maintains the road year-round. In the wintertime, they plow it to the improvements. It has a remote feel, but it's actually pretty damn close to a lot of amenities, the airport, Salt Lake. So the Avintaquin Canyon Ranch basically has like 16 miles of boundary of the Utah State Division of Wildlife land, which is public land, and then another 3+ miles of the National Forest boundary. In addition, the ranch also has like 16 miles as the creek winds up the valley floor of the Avintaquin Creek, the South Fork of the Avintaquin Creek, and the North Fork of the Avintaquin Creek. The 16 miles is loaded with Colorado cutthroat. We actually did a little bit of fishing today. We didn't spend a lot of time on it, but I mean, every hole we looked in, just visible, was, you know, 5 to 10 fish in each hole. It's loaded up with fish. And then not only that, when the deeded boundary stops, those creeks continue into the National Forest, you know, and that down here on this lower part, you have some pretty good flow. These are pretty fish, huh? You know, one of the key features of this ranch is it blocks road access to so much public land. I mean, you go up, you know, heck, I don't even know what, 10+ miles. You know, you can go up Finger Canyon, you can go up Lion Hollow, you can go up Wilbur Bench. That's an old shack right down there, but there's a spring that goes down there.
Yeah.
And it goes underneath, there's like a little waterfall. It's a pretty cool spot. And there's a wallow right down there. You know, the ranch is over 9,200 acres deeded already, but it's huge with all the public land that you have. This is all Long Ridge, which comes off the Reservation Ridge, and then up over the top of that, it's Rough Hollow, Cow Hollow, Calf Hollow. I mean, there is so much over there. Yeah, I mean, there's public people over there, but some of this land up here, you don't even know what's up there until you start hiking, because there's places up there that nobody's ever been. The top end of the ranch is all aspens, pines, broken up with some open meadows and sarvisberry and oak brush. There's several springs all the way down. And on top of that, there's several water rights. There's 200+ acres of irrigated meadow, which they have water rights off the 4 diversion points, you know, going up and down the valley. The hunting unit, it is in the Wasatch unit. It is basically the Avintaquin Canyon CWMU, and the ranch does receive bull elk tags, buck deer tags, and cow tags, all within the Wasatch unit. The improvements on the ranch, heck, it's like a park-like setting. It's all surrounded by big mature cottonwood trees. It's all groomed, you know, with the sprinklers. They have done a lot of work to it. They've added on to it. The inside, the kitchen is amazing. You continue on through the living room and you get into the master bath, master bedroom, which has all been added on, and it's quite stunning. And then the views out of all the windows, you know, of the creek bottom, really nice improvements. And then on top of that, you got an old homestead cabin that they fixed up that you can put guests in. And then there's also several other cabins that are very nice for guests. There is just so much land that this ranch gives you direct access to. I mean, you can literally spend a lifetime exploring up to the top of this. Whoever has the privilege of purchasing this ranch will end up purchasing something that's not replaceable.
We'll be right back with more Hayden Outdoors, Life on the Land.
For more information about any of the properties featured on Life on the Land, visit www.haydenoutdoors.com. Have you heard the news? Because the largest and most aggressive land marketing plan just got bigger, and Hayden Outdoors is stampeding its way throughout the country with more advertising horsepower than ever before. Millions of dollars spent to bring buyers and sellers together through a marketing plan that's the cream of the crop, reaching millions of land buyers monthly, with over $5 billion in land sales over the last 5 years. Hayden Outdoors, the brand that sells the land. The Frank story started when Billy Brenton learned quality Wyoming beef was not readily available to everyone at an affordable price. Billy's vision of Frank's Butcher Shop came to life to bring Wyoming-raised beef, cut straight from your personal butcher, fresh to your table. Visit franksbutchershop.com and take 25% off for subscribing and enjoy delicious, high-quality, dry-aged beef. Frank's, Wyoming-born, raised, and shipped from our door to yours. Windover Waterfowl Ranch spans 456 acres along nearly 1.5 miles of Arkansas River frontage. The landscape is a hunter's dream, featuring open clearings, dense timber thickets, marshes, and winding sloughs, creating ideal habitats for waterfowl, white-tailed deer, elk, turkey, and quail. The ponds are stocked for fishing, while blinds and connecting waterways make for world-class waterfowl hunting. Fully fenced and cross-fenced, it's also perfect for cattle or horses. This outdoors escape is located near Boone, Colorado, just 29 miles from Pueblo. For more information about any of the properties featured on Life on the Land, visit www.haydenoutdoors.com.
The brotherhood of steer wrestling it's awesome. I couldn't ask to be in a better event, honestly. I've done, I team rope and calf rope a lot, but then I kind of transitioned into just steer wrestling, just with the family and everything, just try to focus on one thing and make sure I'm as successful as I can be at that, instead of spread myself too thin and do other events. But yeah, I couldn't ask for a better group of guys. We got, I think I counted 7 NFR guys out at the house right now, a couple other guys out here helping. So man, it's such a fun time, and these guys are all good. They all chip in. And then we got 54 steers that showed up to the house that we're trying to get narrowed down to 20. We got to put, at least probably 3 to 4 runs on each of those steers, try to figure out exactly what they are to try to send a really good set of steers to Las Vegas. And this will just be 1 of 3 sets that go to Las Vegas that we'll run.
Spending the day with Dakota and the guys has shown me that even though the rodeo world is a competitive world, it's really a family. And surrounding yourself with a great group of people makes every individual better. Their commitment to the sport and to each other is really inspiring.
I rodeoed just as hard last year or harder, and it was an awesome year. I was able to ride great horses, I switched horses during the year and got on a horse that reminds me of my old horse a lot, and man, it's been awesome. Mentally and physically, I was as prepared as I ever have been to go into Houston, and just had that feeling and had that mindset that I was going to win it, and that's what I needed to do to set my year up. And going into the NFR this year, going in number 2, I feel like I got the gas pedal down. I'm going to try to get to number 1 as fast as I can and stay there.
Remember, you got over here and reared up.
I've been on a pretty strict eating diet again right now. Over the summer, I kind of faded off of that just because it's hard traveling, but I've been home and, eating healthy and not drinking, tending to business, and trying to take care of the family and go through these steers. So yeah, going to Vegas, I'm excited and as happy as I could ever be to go in that position, but gas pedal down and go 100% the whole time. Win or lose, just such a blessing to have 2 healthy girls and to have a wife that has a very successful business. She's a very hard worker and wants to be successful and push herself and to help support this family, At the end of the day, whatever the season is, obviously I want to win, but when you don't, when you look at them little girls and there's never a bad day in their eyes, as long as they get a new toy here and there or a piece of candy every once in a while, they're happy. It's one of those deals, and the more and more I am around and spend with them, the more I realize that how blessed I am, you know, to live out here. You know, I moved from Nevada out here to California, and a lot of people think I'm crazy, but man, the weather and, you know, being able to live on this ranch my father-in-law owns, and we got a beautiful house, and, you know, it's a lot of work and a lot of upkeep, but at the end of the day, it's like so many people would dream to be out here and have to go fix fence or do projects and, you know, try to keep up with everything. So at the end of the day, you just gotta thank your lucky stars and thank God that we live the life we do.
A big thanks goes out to Dakota, his family, and everyone that was involved for having us out. And if you've got an event or story you'd like featured on Life on the Land, be sure to let us know, because it's genuine folks all across this country that make it such a special place to buy up some ground and live life on the land.
For more information on any of our great properties for sale, please call 866-741-8323 or visit us online at HaydenOutdoors.com.